Hello everyone and welcome to the Onward VR Master League. I am your host Nomad and I am back, folks. It's been a long time since I've been in the hot seat bringing you some Onward action, but I am back. And today we're going to bring you a little bit of action between Resident Mafia and Nordique Tactique here, Season 14, Week number 5. Currently waiting on a few members of either team to join the lobby, but that's alright. We got a little bit of groundwork to lay down here. As with some new with Season 14, now teams get 2 bans as opposed to 1. So, luckily for us, we already got the bans already set in place. So for Resident Mafia, the home team, they're gonna ban Arctic and Downfall. Meanwhile, Nordique Tactique is banning Suburbia and Snow Peak. So both teams banning a small map and a large map. So we kind of left with a few medium-sized maps and about one of each small and large map. And these bans do sort of make sense. Looking back at the bans for Resident Mafia, they're banning maps that they either do not like or do not play. Downfall, for example, they played 8 times in their entire history since Season 10. They won it 3 times. These guys, I know for a personal fact, they do not like Downfall. Apparently, the mountains of Afghanistan is not really a place for ducks to migrate. Haha, funny joke. As far as Arctic, like I said, since Season 10 when they were formed, they played Arctic once. So it goes to tell you that they're not really too comfortable playing that map. It's very small, very cramped, lots of tight corners. Not something that they feel like they want to play and come up with a W. Now with Nordique, they've been around since Season 11. And their bans, as mentioned, Suburbia and Snow Peak. Looking at Suburbia, it's actually one of Resident Mafia's top 3 maps. And even then, not that Nordique was doing bad at it. They were doing fairly decent. I guess they play it once every few seasons, so not a whole lot of experience, but they do okay on it. And then with Snow Peak, it's another one of those maps that Resident Mafia like to play, but it's also a map that Nordique like to play. Nordique have played 20 times, winning it 14 times, so they're pretty strong on it. But I guess they feel that maybe they're not as strong as maybe Resin. Now, map number 1 is going to be Quarantine. This should be interesting. May have heard the beeps a little while ago. Round number 1 is going to begin right away. Gotta clean up a couple things. Alright, folks, here we go. A bit of early shots coming from Buck 911. Here is your starting roster. We got Dubsham, 432, Craft Atomic, Ratman-O, Ardam Mercer, and Lil Zambi on the Resident Mafia side. Over on the Nordic side, we have Peace Seller, Buck 911, Yogi Barra 10, Farmer Boss, and Ludden 8. The early shots going off. Nothing really confirming. No kills yet. Looks like we have the crater spawn for Resident Mafia. We do have the Broken Wing objective. So Resident Mafia kind of had the furthest possible spawn they can get. As you can see, they're all starting to wrap around the objective. Nordique Tactique having a more Southern focused defense. You've got Farmer Boss all by themselves at impact. They're going to have like a 10 with Dubsham and Ratman-O as the remaining members Trying to head south as well. He selling the captain of Nordique. Spotting craft could not land the shots using their SKS. Atomic trying to figure out where those shots came from. As Ratman looks like they spotted 9/11, but just once again could not land the shots. And we're nearly 2 minutes into this round, and there's been no deaths. Someone might just die right here. Oh, look at that. Buck 9/11. Spotting a Ratman standing up at the worst possible moment. Defense now have an early, or not say, midway man advantage. As you can see, the offense are slowly closing in. Still got another 3 minutes, 25 seconds left, so still lots of time for this offense to start to constrict around the defense and slowly get their picks. Little Zombie dropping down towards impact. Farmer Boss has to be hearing this. And for Duck, Dupsham's not very good at flying. Could not quite make the ledge there, but we'll find the shots on Buck. Getting that refrag, tying things up 4v4. As Zambi, the tight angle, finding Farmer Boss as Ludden is going to get a kill onto Mercer. Zambi getting their second kill onto Yogi Berra. Already now a 3v2 in favor of the offense. Nordique Tactique have to make rotations. P-Seller is the only one on objective. He goes down. It could be a cap, but Ludden closing in for the objective as Kraft gets that pick on that rotation. Now all down to P-Seller in a 1v3. As I say that, Dubsham with another pick. That's going to give R3SIN Mafia their first round win. I apologize for the little late start. As I said, I haven't really been in the hot seat since early season 13, so checking off some cobwebs here, folks. You know, that was actually a pretty decent offense if you think about it. They had a rough start, sure. They had a pretty far away spawn. They went all the way from the crater. But they managed to use their time well and use those rotations to kind of... It was almost like a crescent-shaped offense. As they were occupying Impact, occupying Tank Courtyard, and attempting to occupy Hospital. All of which are key buildings to occupy, as well as center burning when it comes to this objective. Because there's really, if you're gonna cap on this particular objective, the key points are gonna be this corner and this wall. Those are the two main points of capping that defenders have to cover. So having someone at center burning hanging out somewhere over here is critical, as they can cover almost both caps. And you may have heard the beep in a way, as right now round 2 is about to begin. Let's see how the Nordique Tactique are doing. This entire team actually is based in Quebec, Canada, so French-speaking team, unfortunately for me and for you guys as well. I'm an Anglophone, I'm not a Francophone, so unfortunately I cannot translate on their behalf. Looking at the defense, we're gonna have one member pushing out. It's gonna be a little Zambi. They are most likely going to be the first ones to make contact, as they're going to be facing a 3-man push from Nordique. I'll gather behind the green container. A common defensive position, but with great angles. cover off the entryway to the north roof. And you usually can get some good audible cues close to where Farmer Boss is going to be right now. So Zambi should be hearing these footsteps as they start to make their rotation. Will find Farmer Boss. Not quite able to get Buck as Buck gets that refrag. Gonna make things a 4v4. We should be seeing some action probably from Yogi Berra. They're at the crater and tank courtyard. Dupsham might be able to hear these footsteps. They might just be within range. Ratman occupying impact as Peace Seller does find Atomic at South Warehouse. They must have been rearing their head out of that window and presented a juicy target for Peace Seller. Gonna get Dupsham a little bit more animated. Expecting some shots coming from Mall where Peace Seller was. They may finding Yogi Berra. But looks like Onward Time is gonna have its say right now, as just as Dupsham ducks down, Yogi Berra Peace looking for a kill, but he will find a kill on the MAF1A over at Impact, but Dupsham will get that refrag, gonna make things a 3v2 in favor of the offense. We could be seeing an exchange of Marsoc rounds here, as Peace Seller makes a rotation from the south. Dupsham's gonna crash back onto an objective. Ardam Mercer at West Scaffolding doesn't really have the best coverage in terms of the objective, but can make some coverages for any avenues of approach to the north and the south. While Buck 911 has made their way to Impact White Car. Still got 3 minutes left on the clock as Luton is on North Roof and Peace Seller at South Warehouse. Looks like Dupsham's laser just whizzed by Peace Seller's head. Dupsham's looking for that rotation south. Looks like Peace Seller was going to try and use Atomic's AK-12 against Resin Mafia. It can be a handy tactic. If you use a Volk gun on Marsoc, you can possibly make Volk think that you're actually a teammate shooting. But those who are akin to how the game plays will not be fooled, just as Peace Seller. Actually, Dupsham was not fooled by Peace Seller's rotation in the pick inside hospital, making things 2v2. Lutton making a push-up. Gonna be face-to-face with Dupsham. Neither one goes down. A couple of flashbangs go out. One will have to have found Lutton as Buck 911 makes her approach to team up with Lutton. They might be able to double team Mercer and force a rotation out of Dupsham. Minute 35 left on the clock. Whatever rotation they make will have to be their final one. First, they're going to try and use the wing as coverage, while Lutton uses the tail to get a little bit of overwatch. Looks like Buck might be making a westerly swing, possibly coming from the southwest. As Lutton spots Mercer with a headshot with his AK-5C, that's going to force a rotation out of Dupsham. Seconds off the clock, and Dupsham's gonna find Lutton. That's gonna be kill number 5 for Dupsham already after 2 rounds. Potentially a 6th kill. That 30-second beeper would have went up in their headsets. Buck's gonna make some smoke. Looking for a rotation. Does take Dupsham. Have to use a syringe to stop from bleeding out and maintain their full speed. But Buck does not have time for this. He's about to run out of time here. As Dubsham goes and hides, and it's going to be a 2-0 map so far for R3SIN Mafia. And just as the round ends, Dubsham will get their 6th kill. And as I said, it's now going to be 2-0 for R3SIN Mafia. Like I said, they had a minute 38 seconds when they slowly began to make their next rotation, which it was kind of a bit too long of a rotation, actually. It wasn't until about, what, 1 minute left on the clock that the rotation actually came about. But unfortunately, that's Onward. When that's a risk you take when you play these large maps as Marsoc, you have to be time conscious. You gotta be careful as to how much is left on the clock. You gotta know where you have to be at a certain amount of time. But as now we have 2 rounds played on one objective, we now switch over to the, I guess some people will call it the East Mall objective, or maybe the parking objective. Okay. You guys can correct me in chat. And if for some reason you guys don't think that there's enough action going on right now, that's okay, because we have action going on all 3 of our accounts. All 3 of our channels. We have Cynthia in channel 3 with a Latino match. You've got Nightfire with 2 E's in channel 1 doing it's, I believe it is Amber, and I can't recall who the other team was, but all 3 channels are having a match. And speaking of matches, our match is going to continue with round number 3.
Good one. Am I shorter than normal?
Go get at it.
Yeah, just fucking go get it. Wait, I can't walk.
Oh, and right out of the gate, Peace Seller with some pre-fire is going to find Ratman. As Crab tries to return to favor to get that refrag. As the rest of R3SIN Mafia were cracking away, scared of what was about to happen. As former boss finds Mercer as Nordique dumpster as Kraft gets a refrag onto Lutton. Gonna make things an early 4v3 in favor of the defense. Those Zambia cash trucks looking for the assailant and hotel, just putting shots into windows. As Peace Seller looking for the 2nd kill, laying down lead towards cash trucks. As Little Zambia begins to make the rotation east to get away from a bad situation as Joe Guevara creates one for Krepatomic with a headshot from an AK-104. Krepatomic over at the north roof trying to get an overwatch onto Tank Courtyard. Unfortunately, that overwatch led to over peaking. Zambi coming from the east spots from our boss. But the boss is gonna say no. No vacancy in this motel. And just like that, it's all down to Dubsham. It's all down to the captain, the leader, the boss. He's gonna show his team how it's done in a 1v4 with 4:15 left on the clock. You know, a really good defensive hold coming from Nordique. They have every potential approach to the objective covered. It's going to be a very tough push for Dubsham to make as there's cross coverage coming from Yoki Barrett, Tank Courtyard, Peace Seller, who gets the final kill, as well as Boss from Hotel. And Nordique Tactique are going to get their first point on map number 1. And it looks like Little Zambi has left the lobby. They were the one that were having difficulty running. I guess their height was a little buggered up there as they were the game thought they were shorter than they actually were. So hopefully we should see a quick return from Zambi. Chances are that had just reset their headset. Hopefully they had the entire remainder of the round, plus there's 90 seconds in between rounds that teams have to prepare to get back in the game. But you know, I want to hear from you guys. How have you guys been? I've been doing pretty good. I mean, I get my first cast again. I get to see some Onward. I get to watch my friends play. But how about you guys? How are you all doing? Let me know in the chat. Looks like we're still waiting on Mr. Zambi. Let's see here. Oops. Looks like I may not have done maybe gonna say I may not have done the predictions, but I think Grenade Mega has taken care of that for me. Thanks, bud. And as I say that, little Zambi has returned. We now have 10 players in our lobby, and sounds like round number 4 is about to begin.
I'll see if they let me push.
The legendary Resin Mafia Smoochy Boogies. If you're unaware of what it is, that's kind of their almost like a rally cry for them. That's their way of saying good luck, have fun, in a very goofy way to lift the morale, put a smile on your face. Because we all know if you're in a good mood, you have a good outlook on anything, you're gonna have a good outcome on everything. As we do have a same spawn, but we're not gonna have the same results at the beginning, as there was no pre-power right away. But we may have once again an early Volk advantage as little Zambi makes a rotation, frustrated by their past performance the previous round, trying to make up for it this time, getting the early kill. And that puts a stop towards the offensive. But now I can resume as Jogabera and Lund tag team Mr. Zambi, making things a 4v4 with 5 minutes left on the clock. Dubsham occupying motel on the first floor. Not a common position to take. Most people who take motel are in the second floor. They get that elevated advantage over their opponents. As P-Seller finds themselves at open gray, trying to get an eye onto objective, looking for any rotations. As the Crap Atomic has decided to migrate themselves towards the hospital. Could very well get a pick on the P-Seller if they decide to push forward some more. I have to keep this place in mind. As Ludden starts pushing fire into the hotel. Not gonna find any kills yet. Looks like Kraft once again gonna start flapping their wings, making their way over to the center burning, as Mercer and Dubsham are gonna tag team Lutton. Gonna make things a 4v3 in favor of Dubsham of Resident Mafia, the defense. As Yogi Berra is gonna get a pick on the Retman, but not before Kraft gets a refrag, and Dubsham gets P-Seller as well. And just like that, it's all down to Buck, who gets a kill on the Dubsham. That refrag, Kraft's gonna toss a smoke grenade the distraction, and then you get the kill on the Buck. The R3SIN Mafia on their map pick are 1 point away from taking it. Dubsham still leading the pack with kills with an 8-2 after 4 rounds. And looks like what could very well be our final objective. It's gonna be the tank courtyard objective. Now, I kind of forgot to showcase what kind of captain points you could have gotten on the previous objective, and I apologize. I got a little distracted by Zambi's absence. But basically, this little wall here and of course this barrier are kind of the 2 main points. You got some decent coverage, good concealment, whereas when it comes to this objective, you gotta be right in this corner here. Not only that, but your hand has to stick out a bit. Your tablet has to stick out. Or, if you're feeling brave, and if you got a long enough arm, you can just stick your tablet through this window. Be just within range. But of course, you can always occupy the right side of the tank. Nothing wrong with that one. But here we go, folks. Round number 5. What could very well be map point is underway.
I figured you would take middle. Somebody go with crab. Somebody come with me. Oh, fuckers.
Yeah, don't forget your smoochy boochies.
We can just play it smart. Play it all the way out.
We're gonna follow Dubsham as we could potentially get more kills, but he appears to have gotten himself lost or stuck in the map. So maybe following him may not be the best idea, but
89, 60, 85.
I've never been known for my smart choices, as neither was Dubsham's as he gets down by Ludden.
Stay down. All right.
The kill cannot get confirmed,
No. Fast. Hurry.
as Ratman will get that revive. A little bit of smoke to cover their retreat, a smart move.
One's in the left corner.
As Zambi's in center burning.
Tank courtyard.
Gonna spot Yogi Berra. Cannot land the kills, but looks like Farmer Boss in the second floor of Motel, trying to return fire to center burning. As Crap Atomic, once again in hospital. That's kind of his favorite building from what I'm seeing so far on this map. As to be partnered by Mercer, Kraft, Zambi, and Mercer, all trying to get a kill onto Yogi Berra. They're not aware of Buck's position, who is underground. Or I apologize, no, they're actually up top.
Your ass is sticking out, bro.
But they've...
Hey, your leg's sticking out, bro.
Wow. What sportsmanship right there. I mean, Buck's leg is peeking through is clipping through the wall. Now, it is legal. Zambi can legally shoot Buck, but opted to be the sportsman, the true competitor, and say, hey, you're actually going through the wall there, bud. Opted not to get the kill. Play with honor, but still got the kill anyways, wrapping around the corner. Getting the deuce onto Farmer Boss. Or sorry. Yeah, it was Farmer Boss. Yogi Berra and Buck, sorry. Ratman, who got the rebound on the dub, did get taken up by Ludden. Gonna make things a 4v2. As Stellar does find the rebreak onto Zambi, but Dubsham gets a kill onto Farmer Boss, who decided to leave the hotel, which is a smart move, but unfortunately ran out in the open, which was kind of unfortunate, but Stellar, the captain of Nordique Tactique, the last one up against a 1v3. Smokes are coming in now. Dubsham is laying down fire, trying to get the pick on the P-Seller. Captain versus captain.
I'm keeping him shooting at me if that fucking helps.
It's always helpful when your teammates are getting shot at. Allows you to make a move. That's why you have teammates. In the first place. Looks like Crap Topic is going to go for the cap. Gonna have to expose themselves. They're not quite in range yet. Still not in range yet. Still not yet. No, they realize they have to expose themselves to get that cap. They realize that the kill is gonna be better. They can just get the kill and win the map. Although if they can get that extra 5th point, that's really gonna help them out in their MMR. As they just sit there and watch P-Seller, just gonna sit there, hope for the best. That flashbang comes out. It's not gonna actually pan out as they get the kill on the craft. Hoping to get that flash cap. Does not work out for them as P-Seller finds Mercer. But Dubsham, the last one up for the Resin Mafia, will find that refrag. And the Mafia are gonna win map 1. Their map pick. And Dubsham with 11 kills. 11 guys. After 5 rounds. Averaging at least 2 kills every round. That is why he's the captain. Alright. 1 map down, 2 more to go. It is now Nordique Tactique's map pick. And it looks like we are going to have a rehost as per the rules. Due to a unique feature that is Onward. We rehost after every map. We'll give us a moment here to start up a new lobby and get the map ready. Now, what do you guys think is going to be map number 2? Take a guess. I'm thinking Subway. Alright, well, you know what? While we wait, we're going to have a quick intermission, so don't go too far away. Go ahead, view the other channels. We got 2 other matches going on. Be sure to check them out. Give them your support. And if you need to, grab something to eat, get something to drink, use the washroom, do what you gotta do. Sit back and relax when you get back, because we got more intense Onward action coming after this. Welcome back, folks. Sorry for the extended delay, but you know, a little bit of miscommunication happened, but we're all good here, folks. So I was wrong. I thought we were gonna get a subway, but no, we got abandoned. We actually got a large map this time, or a second large map this time. This should be interesting. Let's just take a look at the history of these teams. Abandoned in terms of Nordique Tactique, the team that picked the map. Certain at a 5 for 13, so 5 wins for 13 times played. Whereas R3SIN Mafia, they played Abandoned once. Just once. Unfortunately for R3SIN Mafia, it was a loss by a score of 4-0. So, Nordique Tactique are looking at their history and thinking, this could be an opportunity to force a map through decider. And potentially tie things up in points, because that's the big thing. Points differential is huge. As the greater the differential, the more MMR you get, therefore the higher up in the ladder you go. Then again, the higher up you go, the more difficult your opponents will become. And looks like we're just waiting on one member of R3SIN Mafia to join the lobby. And we should be good to go. Now, for an objective, we do have the stealth bunker. And this here, you can actually cap right in behind these boxes. You can actually cap, I believe you can cap in behind this generator. But you can also cap up in here. You get into this corner, and you can score yourself 2 points. That being said, you have to get inside the building, as there's only 3 points of entry. You do have your south point, the back door, side door to the west, and the front door in the north. There's always someone going to be covering these doors, and there's usually someone in the balcony taking cover, as well as someone at the sniper tower, as well as the trail. This one, like I said, you gotta get inside it, so therefore it is quite difficult to actually cap on this objective. But if you can get inside, if you and one other teammate can get inside there, you can wreak havoc on the defense. You just gotta get your foot in the door, that's all. Might be having a little bit of an issue here, as I am just getting informed that R3SIN Mafia will be calling a timeout. I'm assuming that, well, no, I was going to say Little Zambi having issues, but no, Little Zambi is in the lobby. Who did we have? We got Little Zambi, we got Retmano, Dubsham, Crapatomic. Okay, now I'm drawing a blank on the 5th player. And whoever you are, I do apologize. I played against these guys often, but I should know their names off by heart. But, oh, Mercer. Our damn Mercer. That's probably who we're waiting on, or potentially a substitute from another member, but looks like, I hate to do it again, but the typical caster view. If you ever want to get your way, if you're a future caster, you want to get your casting and you have a team or a player that's not cooperating, all you have to do is threaten an intermission. Because as you can see, Mr. Mercer has finally appeared in our lobby. So, a lesson for future casters. You want to get your way? Threaten an intermission. Rule number 1 of being a caster. And if you want to be a caster for the VRML, feel free to send an application. I believe there has been some posts made in the VRML Discord where you can find your application to be a caster for the VRML. Or let's say you want to be a mod, you want to be a moderator. Same thing. The applications are out there. If we do have a mod in the chat, which I think we might, I'm sure they'll feel free to post the application. We can always use more casters. Everybody loves to see more casting matches. We all love to see our favorite casters showcasing them. But if you want to get your hands and be in a part of the production team, feel free to find the link. Looks like I got a heads up from R3SIN Mafia asking if we are good to go on our end, and which we are. So any given moment now, we should be hearing the tone of round number 1 starting. Now, while we wait, we get to learn about the little quirks of Abandon, as the Marsoc spawns in this map are interesting to see the least. For this particular objective, you do have the quick spawn, which is just right here. Then you also have a spawn, I believe it's right here at the pipes. You get a spawn, I believe it's actually down in the valley here. And I believe you get one more further up here. Knowing my luck, the team I always play for, Dark Tidings, we tend to get the furthest possible spawn, the least desirable spawn out of everything. It looks like I missed one, as the Tactique are going to be spawning on the north side of Tank Shop. As well, they get their one and only spawn right on the objective. And no one wants to play with fire, I guess, as in this map, if you stick your hand in the fire barrel, you will set yourself alight. And 2 members checking for the quick spawn, they'll be deeply disappointed. As we look to see Nordique, Tactique, and 2 members to occupy the 3-story. Meanwhile, the remaining members of the team are going to take the trail. They're going to have to deal with Craft Atomic. And little Zambi as well. They're going to have a good hold on this objective. Looks like Zambi does have a C4. Now, ooh, there we go. I have a feeling that it's going to get spotted. Typically, when you want to have a C4, you want to have it as high as you possibly can. That makes it as difficult as possible for your opponents to see it. Because really, it's that green light you would have seen on there that the players are looking for. Looking for a bright green light to show that it's armed. Looks like Craft is starting to see things. Thought they saw someone at the horizontal pipes. Lay down some fire, give away their position. Ceasefire did return fire. Was a nade that went out. And looks like it did. Nope, maybe not. Almost spoke a little too soon. About to say the nade was destroyed the C4, but not quite. And looks like, I think, is Zambi tall enough to see the heads? They hear the gunfire. And they disarmed the C4. Yogi Berra, making that peek, did spot that C4, did disarm it. As Buck did spot Zambi, could not get the kill, but Ludden does find Zambi. Player with the detonator. They get spotted, they get picked off from that rock. Just a little too much of their body was exposed. Now the guys in the west can start to push up a bit more. Although they're probably going to assume that there was only one person covering this trail. Typically, you only have one guy here, so... Looks like, yeah, it looks like Kraft is going to be unscathed. But Buck is not convinced. They're going to hold at an angle to watch the teammates back, look for a flank. As Ludden spots Mercer in a hole in the wall, the broken part of the wall, this bottom cannot land the shots as Peace Seller has already rotated around from the west. Trying to get an angle on the remaining defenders. Mercer's really the only one they could potentially get an angle on, but they gotta rotate a lot further to the south. And Kraft has to be hearing this, has to be hearing the footsteps, has to be hearing the voices. They're just waiting for the right opportunity to make their flank. Looking possibly get the shot in the back onto Yogi Berra. Here we go. There's one. There's two. Crap, able to get a kill. 2 kills, making things a 4v3 in favor of the defense. Ludden, actually no, sorry, Peace Seller making a rotation does tag Crap Atomic, almost gets that kill. Crap's gonna be staying occupied as we do have Farmer Boss working their way up to the front. As Ludden and Crap Atomic do have a bit of a firefight going on. This could occupy the defenders as there is a... Who looks like Peace Seller has the drone. Looking for the exact position of Crap Atomic. The eyes in the sky for Ludden's gun. As Kraft does make a rotation back around. Mercer hearing the footsteps from Farmer Boss. Looking to get this kill. Crap Atomic in a nice position, getting the cross coverage. But turns their back at the wrong time as they get... Kraft gets picked up by Farmer Boss. Only to find themselves get shot in the side from Mercer in a quick refrag. It's all down to a 2v3. Ludden and Peace Seller against Dubsham, Ratman, and Mercer. Drone still up in the air. You can still hear it. There's our little quadcopter. Peace Seller leaving the drone there. Are they gonna spot Mercer? They're gonna decide to just go around. As I say that, they choose to defy me and get shot by Mercer. Ludden has made their way inside the building in the back door. Dub did spot something and will trade with Dub. And with 2 members of R3SIN Mafia still alive, they will get their first round point in map number 2. And as you saw there, you just saw how difficult it is to attack that building, to attack that objective. One thing to get inside there is one thing to actually stay alive inside, because it's just a kill box. Unfortunately, that smoke that Ludden threw worked against them, obscured their vision of Dubshamp. It wasn't until the last possible moment that they actually saw each other and to get that trade. Now we get to see shortly what the R3SIN Mafia can do in their attack. Here. Just like that. Round number 2 is underway. And looks like we will get the quick spawn
I'll go
fucking
for
one?
player.
or R3SIN Mafia.
Yeah.
Alright.
So spread out.
Could see some early action. Sounds like a C4 got placed inside. As P-Seller is going to find Ratman at the early kill as Dub gets a rebrake onto Ludden. Gonna make things a 4v4. Nabby pushing in hard. Looking to make their presence known early. As Kraft will down P-Seller. Seller should be able to get some callouts here. But Zambi make their presence known, trading with Buck. C4 will not be of any use as Mercer does find a kill on Yogi Berra. And onto Farmer Boss. And just like that, with 3 members still alive, R3SIN Mafia eliminating the entire team. These are a little disappointed, you hear it in their voice. Gonna make things 2-0 for R3SIN Mafia. Mafia are just 2 points away from winning this series. And that is the effect of a quick spawn. That entire round took 40 seconds. 40 seconds. And that's why, depending on what side of the spawn you are, whether you're the Volk or the Marsoc, you'll either love the quick spawn or you'll just downright hate it. And of course, like I said, we play 2 rounds of one objective and then we switch over. Now we got the new objective. It's gonna be in the center of the map. It's gonna be the twin containers objective. This one here, you actually just cap. Like up tightly against this wall on either side. And you should be in range for the cap, or you can just target the container. Protect yourself from the 3-story sniper, which there's always one there. Or you see some folks just sit right in the open. Usually there's a bunch of smoke coverage. They'll sit in the open, and they'll try and get the cap in that way. Looks like Dubsham will not be leading the kills on this map so far. So far, it's Mercer with 4. But Ludden leading their side with 2.
Hey, is there a hole in the wall?
And looks like Nordique are going to have the northeast spawn. There's 4 spawns for Mercer to have. And they're on each corner of the map. Actually, no, sorry, I apologize. No, not this one. This one here, there's actually 3. This is the north one. Farmer Boss and company will be at this middle one. And they went to the south. Just on the south side of those pipes. Yes, Farmer Boss makes her way South Center Apartments. A bit of a 3-man push coming from the north side of Tank's shop. Dubsham looking to meet them head on. Ludden's footsteps. Here's footsteps, calls it out. Flashbang comes from Dubsham looking to get the blinding shot and will find a kill onto Ludden, making things at 5v4 early for R3SIN Mafia. Yogi Berra pushing up, looking for the refrag, but will not find it. Craft Topic does find Buck. Now at 5v3, as big as a 5v2, as Ratman does find Yogi Berra. A former boss in the south does find that refrag, making things a 4v2. 4:45 left on the clock. Already things are underway. Seller looking for Craft Topic in the 3-story. There's always someone there. Here comes the drone. Now, looking at the defense here, we got 1 in 3-story, we got 1 in tank shop, we got 1 kind of in between the 2, we got 1 at the refinery, little Zambi down there. So a very north-heavy defense to try and counter this north-heavy push. And right now, there can very well be a cap. If Farmer Boss can push forward, use the wall as cover, they could potentially get the cap in. P-Seller did trade. That was with Mercer. Make things a 3v1.5. Farmer Boss is going to run straight into Dubsham, though. They were hoping to get that revive for P-Seller. Unfortunately, Dubsham kind of brought up the stone wall and said no. And R3SIN Mafia are going to get the third round point. The R3SIN Mafia are now 1 round away from winning map 2, Nordique Tactique's map pick, and the series. If they can win this round and the third map, they are going to get a massive MMR boost. And in this game, MMR is a zero-sum match. So whatever MMR R3SIN might earn if they do win this round in the next map, that's kind of what Nordique can expect to lose as a result of it. So they want to make things as tight as possible right now. They want to get those 4 points right away. They want to make this comeback. Get this map win, force a map 3 decider, and kind of do what R3SIN did on their first map pick and get a 4-1 win. Although that will give them a marginal MMR boost. But in the end, doesn't matter if it's big or small, a win is a win. You're still going to earn MMR, you're still going to go up in ranking. In the end, you're still going to go up. And that's the key thing. But these teams want to move up and get a chance in the playoffs. They gotta get these wins in. Currently, these teams are ranked 36th and 33rd respectively in the North America standings. So they got a ways to go before they can be among the top 7 that automatically advance to the playoffs. But of course, that's another 5 weeks away. But in the meantime, we gotta live in the present. And presently, round number 4 has begun. And it looks like P-Seller is gonna be in a 3-story, laying down 3 bar, expecting a south spawn, when in fact, it's actually a mirror spawn, a north spawn. And Yogi Bear with a headshot on an AK-104 onto Ratman. Gonna make things an early 5-4 advantage for the defense. The map looks like a near identical defensive setup. We still got one at the refinery, one at the 3-story, one at tank shop. But now we got Yogi Bear in the north wall. And looks like Buck is going to occupy the south ramp. While Dubsham and Zambi at the apartments trying to figure out where those shots came from. As Dubsham's going to wrap around to the north. Potentially take out Barrow as Zambi's going to find Buck, but P-Seller's going to find Mercer. Mercer was way out in the north there at the north sniper tower. Looking to get those picks onto 3-story. And just like that, Nordique Tactique are 3 kills away from beginning their comeback. Make that 2 kills as Yogi Bear gets her 2nd kill of the round. A headshot again, this time onto Crap Atomic. And looks like London spots Dubsham, could not land the shots. A little bit of smoke coverage. Hoping to allow Dubsham to cross, possibly even back out as Zambi now moves up. There's a possibility, as I said before, where the player sitting right here could potentially cap. No one is actually watching the objective right now. But as I say that, London is moving forward. That flashbang is going to change things up now. Now people are going to start looking for the objective. Draw attention to the south. Could give Dubsham the chance they need to make a rotation. They can possibly have a hammer and anvil kind of attack, that flashbang will find Zambi. Zambi just kind of tucked away in a good corner. Gonna force London to expose themselves. And just like that, Zambi's gonna get a kill, make things a 3v2 though, still in favor of Nordique. Gonna slowly even things up.
I'm gonna serve it the Aki way. Oh, my back.
Oh, come on, Zambi, you're still young. Your back can't hurt that much. But it probably can now after getting shot by a PKM from Peace Seller. Leaving all now down to Dub Sham. In a 1v3. Two minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock. Still got time to get a pick and at least make one more rotation. If he can potentially take out Farmer Boss, I could open up south. Maybe get a kill onto Yogi Berra, forcing a 1v1, forcing Pisa to be in a very bad spot to be actually if you're last man up. As the 3-story does not get all the angles covered. There we go, there's one. Yogi Bear's now down. It's now a 1v2. But Farmer Boss is going to make a rotation out of the refinery, get that refrag. And Nordique Tactique are going to get their first point of map 2. This is going to be the start of their comeback. Good start to their comeback, but a not so great new objective in their regard, depending on what spawn they get, as they now have the refinery objective, where, bring it back up, you can actually cap from a few different spots. You can just cap either behind the generator, next to the barrels here. You can also cap in behind this fence. Get up to this fence here, you can still cap, and you can also get inside here, get a nice little corner here and get that quick cap in. If Nordique get the south spawn, if they get the southwest spawn, they can push straight in along the tank. They get a nice narrow path that can lead straight into the building, give them an opportunity to get a cap in. Caps are worth 2 points here, tying things up and forcing the final round of the objective, force them to defend it, which of course, as we all know, defending the objective is always easier than attacking it by theory, as you only have to stay in one spot, stay put, hold an angle. You don't have to be forced, pressured by the clock to move up. And if you can hear those tones, you can tell that round number 5 is about to begin. Looks like the defense are going to have the north spawn. There's 2 spawns for Volk in this one. Looks like Resin do get the north spawn. South spawn is actually on the road down here. Although it's not the spawn that I mentioned for Nordique, they do get a south spawn. It's just to the southeast. The drone's going to come out early, the spot for the rotations, the early positioning for the defense. And looks like Dampy, not quite. Did not push out quite far enough to potentially get an early pick onto Yogi Berra. As Ratman was taking shots, but I don't know who it though. Who they shot at? Possibly Zambi? Speaking of Zambi, they will get that kill onto Yogi Berra, making things an early 5v4. You got Buck 911 looking for Zambi to peek out again, as the Ratman does find Farmer Boss, making it a 5v3. As Lutton, it's actually Zambi is gonna have a trade with Peace Seller. Peace Seller though, only down, can be revived. That's technically a 3v2 2.5, soon to be a 3v3 as Buck makes her way down to get the revive. Meanwhile, Lutton has pushed up hard. They've actually wrapped around. They are now northeast of the objective. Gonna try their luck here again. Looks like they got the kill at horizontal pipes, taking down as a rat man. Captomic once again playing that 3-story. Loves to get on a high purchase. If they can play this right, if Ludden can take out Crapatomic, and the remaining members of Nordique can just make noise and create a distraction, that could buy Ludden the time needed to make their way down, get to that generator as I mentioned, and cap. Folks will come out from Ludden, given the way their position, and draw the attention of Craft. Looks like P-Seller, the sniper of the team, gonna steal an AK-12 that came from Little Zambi. Put smokes to the south, the obscured vision of Dubsham and P-Seller, or sorry, Mercer, sorry, as P-Seller is gonna trade with P-Seller. AK-12 kills guy with AK-12. And it's now a 2v2. Buck's gonna rotate to the east, take the trail, head north, looking to link up with Ludden. Looks like Buck is gonna take shots onto Craft. Gonna force him to get into cover, but still gonna draw the attention to the south. But using the terrain to their advantage is gonna make it next to impossible, even right now actually, for Craft to actually spot them. So right now it's really up to Dubsham to stop Ludden. As we see Buck, as I mentioned, making their way north from the trail. See what kind of thoughts Dubsham's having. Okay, thoughts on Dubsham. Here we go. Dubsham should be getting close to hearing these footsteps. Yeah, he did hear those footsteps, did call it Ludden. Gonna give Craft a little bit more pressure to try and find his kill. Flashbang comes out. Will not find anybody. If London can get the tablet out now and stay quiet, get to that fence and cap. Or if they can kill Dubsham, get in the container, that is a free cap. He'll be capping for days. Although there's only 1 minute and 3 seconds left. It's only 50-50 now. He's got one hand on the gun, one hand on the tablet. And unfortunately, being like that, being undedicated to one or the other, results in their death. That's now down to Buck. Buck has to get 2 kills or a cap in 35 seconds. Here comes the beeps in the headset. Now comes the panic. Dubsham simply has to hide. Craft now knows where Buck is. If their kill count is accurate, they'll just hide. 15 seconds left. They just have to hide. Yeah, there we go. Craft just said, hide. Getting covered. They're gonna force him to run the clock. 5 seconds left, and that's it. And with a shot in the back, R3SIN Mafia will begin their 4th point. They will win map number 2, and they will win this series. Well done. But it's not over yet, folks, as we always play the third map. MMR is on the line, as I mentioned, so Nordique Tactique can actually still close the gap. If they can win map number 3, that would bring things, if they can win 4-0, it's gonna make things 8-6. Of course, if they can win 5-0, it's gonna be 8-7. So they can still close the gap, make the pain hurt less. You know, make the loss MMR not quite as severe. So, as of right now, we are going to have a rehost, and when we return, we will have map number 3. All right, welcome back, guys, and finally, I did call a subway. I just didn't get the right time. We are going to get a subway, and we're going to get it for map number 3. We have got all 10 members back in the lobby. There are 0 substitutions, and with the sound of those beeps, map number 1 is going to be underway. We are going to have the south stairs spawn with the quick spawn coming from R3SIN Mafia.
Oh, dude, I got a smoke and a nade. Nice. Okay. Oh, shit.
Must be Dumbcham's birthday then. The smoke and a nade.
Remember, watch that west alley, because they got the angle on us already.
And just like that. Whoa! What a nade!
Down and confirm.
What a nade! Peace seller, knowing the timing just perfectly. R3SIN Mafia did not notice the nade get tossed there.
They knew our plan.
Sorry.
And so now 2 members are wounded. The next shot will kill them. And looks like they're gonna attempt, well, they were gonna attempt a 5-man push. Try and overwhelm this defense. Still, what a nade! Dumbcham trying to bait out, saying they got down by A nade to get that bait out buck, which works out, but not before a trade occurs with Ratman and a C4 taking down Krafatovic, confirming shots from G36 from Yogi Berra, making things a 3v2, making it a 2v2. Yogi Berra does find a kill onto Mercer, but that refrag does come out from little Zambi.
No. I heard walking.
And we got a flanker coming in. Ludden's coming for the flank. Gonna find a trade with Zambi. Dubchamp's gonna get that confirmation. Now things are 1v1. 4:23 left in the clock. It's already a 1v1. Let's ride along with Dubchamp. Gonna take the flashbang from Ludden. Eventually.
Dude. Oh no, I forgot. Alright.
Dubchamp clearly not accustomed to a teammate giving him drum mags, 100 round magazines for their gun. They're very handy. Smoke grenade and a flashbang. Neither one are going to work in their favor. Actually, the smoke is going to work in former Boston's favor to cover their rotation. Dubchamp's going to lay down some suppressive fire as they push up. Dubchamp has to get in the corner there. It can cap. Here comes former boss. And through the smoke, Dubchamp not getting the opportunity to get the gun up in time. Get the shots off. And Nordique Tactique, for the first time in this match, will take the lead. I still can't get over that early nade. That was a good nade. Peace Seller, that was a really good nade. And to the credit of Nordique, this is a tough objective to attack. So, and still, they worked out marvelously. Even though it got brought down to a 1v1, it was still a great job on both sides. Good nades, good C4, refrag, some trades, a flank. We got just about everything you could possibly want from Onward in that one round. The one thing we didn't get was a cap. And speaking of caps, we should probably showcase the locations where you can get these so-called caps. Essentially, it's basically the corners of these walls. Get right there, right there, right there, and right there. I believe this is a bit too far away. But what makes this objective hard to attack is there's really only 3 points of entry. You have Sex Shop Alley. You have Main Street, which is where R3SIN try to make their push. And you have to sell stairs. And that's it. So you can have 3 people defending each alleyway. You can have one guy flanking. And you can have one guy on objective serving as a floater. By floater, I mean they fill in the gaps. So if a defender on Main Street goes down, the floater makes her way to Main Street to fill in the gap. And looks like we have lost... Well, we had lost Dubchamp, but I see they have made their return. And with the sound of those beeps, round number 2 is underway. And looks like Nordique Tactique are going to get the different spawn. They're going to get the platform spawn. Although it's still kind of a quick spawn because they can quickly shut down any attack from the defense coming from south stairs. Anyone who pushes that stairs is going to be confronted by 3 members of Nordique Tactique, which is going to be Dubchamp. They're going to peek early.
One tunnels.
Dub's going to call out the spawn. called out Farmer Boss. Not gonna notice either member of Buck or Peace Seller making their way to overpass.
I think most.
Because that spawn got called out, Zabby had all the time needed to rotate this corner, but Hot Mike in there may have caused their death, as I believe Yogi Bear heard it. They're paying a lot of attention there now. As Crap holding that tight angle between the wall and the post gets the first kill, as Zabby rotates around, gets the second kill. Clearing out market as Peace Seller gets that refrag onto Zabby, making things a 4v3, still in the favor of the defense.
Sounded like you got hit around 4.
Looks like Dubsham has rotated back to the top of the stairs, filling the gap. It's gonna give Farmer Boss free reign to come up the stairs. As Peace Seller and Buck are going to occupy Main Street. They'll have to deal with the Ratmano. Got that tight angle. Farmer Boss is going to get that kill onto Dubsham. Dubskin wasn't really paying attention to where the stairs was. And now the objective's open. Ratman is not watching the objective. No one is crashing back. As I said, here comes Mercer. Farmer Boss is going to try and cap in the smoke at the corner. Could make things 3-0 right here. No one's watching the objective. Mercer's the only one who can actually defend it. But they will not get there in time, as Farmer Boss will get the cap. And I called it. I said that they were going to try and get this 4-0 win. And after 2 rounds, they're already up 3-0. It's not over until it's over. And right now, we are 1 round away from ending map number 3. If Nordique Tactique can hold this objective, the final score is going to be 8-6. They will lose MMR from the loss. They will lose MMR from the point disparity. But it's not going to be very severe. It's going to hurt, but not as much as it could have been. Said we were missing a cap, and we got that cap. There has to be a cap in every match. You can't go have a match without caps. Caps are just too entertaining to go without. All right, folks. Round number 3, potentially the final round of our match.
That was my bad anyways, man. I was reaching for that fucking... Quit running around.
Yeah, no shit, it was your bad.
Shut up, bitch. Anyways, like I was saying, I had gone for my flashbang.
Your flash dang? Dub, you're gonna have to explain what a flash dang is, sir, son. You're gonna have to explain your Texan vocabulary. Looks like Ratman. Where am I? Ratman's gonna find a Lutton in Sex Alley. There we go. And looks like Crap stomach might find a
Guy in
buck
the
911
left-hand corner.
as looks like they got called out. And there's a trade. Crap will keep revival. Somehow that C4 did not actually finish them off. Should expect a revive as London's going on a flank now.
Yeah, did you kill Charlie King guy?
Yeah.
And there we go, there's a flank, there's one. A little bit of pre-fire into the smoke. Will not find anyone. The return fire will do the same. It's a 4v3. 4:30 left on the clock. Flashbang comes out. It's not going to be enough to blind them. A little bit of smoke to confuse them. Lunge finds the kill on the crap, but Dubcham's going to get that refrag. It's going to make things a 3v2 in favor of the defense. Nordique Tactique are 2 kills away from locking in map number 3. Oh, Yogi Berra gonna find a kill on the Mercer. It's all down to Dubcham again. Give me a 1v3. Will Dub clutch? Or will Dub get kicked? That is the question. Three minutes, 30 seconds left. All the time that Dubcham will ever need. Try and get a pick, rotate around, get another one. Just shoot and scoot. Yogi Berra does have this corner on lockdown, laying prone next to that black box is going to make it difficult for Dubcham to spot them, especially since Dubcham's not running NVGs. Dubcham slow peeks his corner, he's going to get killed. Nordique Tactique doing lots of communicating, doing a great job communicating with their teammates. I imagine they're saying what angles are covering and what they need to do to lock things down. But even with that slow peek, Dubcham does find that kill. Does find a kill on Peace Seller. What was a 1v3 is now a 1v1. And a Dubcham with a 1v3 clutch. It's gonna take the round and keep Resident Mafia alive in map number 3. I said it before and I'll say it again. And that is why Dubcham is the captain. What a round. What a map. What a match. I mean, I am definitely not disappointed in choosing this as the match to cast. Nightfire, you chose the wrong match. You shouldn't have casted the Ember match. You should have casted this one. I don't know what's going on with the Ember match, but I can guarantee you that you're not gonna get as much action here. You're gonna get, I should say, as much action there as you would here. We've been going live now for nearly 2 hours now, about an hour and 49 minutes. And it's been just almost non-stop action. But here we go, folks. Round number 4. It is now the Mafia's turn to defend.
So
If Nordique can get the cap Gonna make things 5-1. And once again, it's gonna be a point differential of still 2. It'll be 9-7. But it would still be the same kind of MMR differential between the two teams. Little Zambi's gonna be pushing up into overpass. Might find a kill onto Farmer Boss. Oh. Zambi does know there's someone there. Gonna push him with the flashbang. No, a nade, sorry. The nade will not find anyone, as they will get taken out. Meanwhile, London did get taken out in the south. Farmer's gonna get Krapatomek, who's gonna come in for the refrag.
Alright, now, rep.
It's now a 4v3 in favor of the offense. Remaining members of R3SIN Mafia trying to stay tight, close together. Man, look at those abs. Knees, only the knees are on the stairs, and yet he can still keep his chest off the ground. What abs? Dubsham looking to peek, nearly gets taken out by the nade, but will trade. Dub takes buck, but Farmer with a quick refang takes on Dubsham. Now at 3v2, Mercer has to rotate back to the objective. As Peace Tiller with that M249 laying down a bunch of fire. Boss finds Ratman and is gonna try and TK. What? Boss was in range of Cappy. He could have pulled the tablet and cat, but chose to go after a teammate. Quickly realized who it was, but then nope. Farmer Boss will say, no, I don't want that Cap. I want the kill. I want to end the round my way. Farmer Boss will find a kill onto Mercer. And Nordique Tactique, despite losing the match, will win map 3, 4-1. So where does that leave us? Well, it leaves us with a win for R3SIN Mafia by a score of 7-6. Wait, 7-6? No, sorry, 9-6. Sorry, my math is way off right now. 9-6. But still, either way, great job by both teams. They both played well here. But let's see here. I don't really think there's really much else to say other than GG's. I mean, they both played well. They both had great rounds. They had some stumbles, but they also had some great comebacks. But anyways, either way, I just want to say great job. Thank you, big thank you to both teams for putting on a good show. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who have been supporting this organization for as long as they have. It is their support that actually allows us to have prizes for our playoffs, which is going to be happening in the spring. And most importantly, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for participating in the chat and just overall supporting the league, because really we do it all here. All this casting is for you guys, so we appreciate you guys. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna run some highlights that I caught in this match, and then we're gonna go to the credits. So thank you all for watching. This is Nomad signing off.